Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Leanne and this is lellybeanTV, the home of Lelly Bean Studio and me, the place where I normally document my small business life and I go through studio vlogs. However, the next couple of videos are going to be more on the journaling front because we are halfway through a journal season for 2025. Hi everyone, it is just editing Leanne coming in just before this video actually starts because there is a little bit of wind noise because I had a fan on and I didn't realise that my camera didn't have wind support on. I didn't press the button, so there is a little bit of like wind noise. I've tried to clean it up in post editing and I hope that I have managed to have, but yeah, I'm so sorry. Crazy to me. This is the first of two videos. So the first video is literally just more of my system and what's worked for me, and then the next video is going to be a full journal flip through of my latest journal. So I have literally just finished using this journal. It's set up, it's got a couple more weeks in it because obviously it's a couple more weeks until it's the end of the year, end of using this, so I will still be using it, but look at the journal chunk on that. I'm very excited to show you, but I wanted to check in and talk a little bit today about my journal system and how it has been working for me and some changes that I've made. So I started this year going into a 5 journal system. For anyone that doesn't know me, I particularly use bullet journals or dot grid journals in a little bit more of a creative way, just to make me feel a little bit like, I don't know, it's just it's one of those things. I make the spreads myself. I feel like I love the creative freedom. So with that being said, this is how it has gone so far. So I actually added another journal. So the 5 journal system ended up being a 6 journal system, and I'm still going to use it. It's going ridiculously better than I planned or actually imagined. So let's go through. Let me show you each journal and then I'll do some flip throughs and I'll show you I'll go from the best to the worst in my way. So basically I will just it's not going to be a very long video, but it's just going to go through. So we'll start off with the one journal that isn't changing, and that is my reading journal. So I don't know how, I haven't recorded this yet, so I don't know how I'm going to do it, whether I'm going to do my talking as I flip through, but as you can see, I have filled in the tracker, I have filled in every single month. I'm trying and blur out every single one. The square journal that I use for this, so the Archer and Olive Square, has been absolutely amazing. I will eventually have to go down from a square journal to a 5 or smaller, but for now this is working and I really love it and it works perfectly. The only difference that I will do with this one is next year it will become a media journal, just so that I can track any movies, films, TV shows, anything like that that I have watched. The next journal that isn't going to change any way, shape or form is my weekly planning one. I haven't started the next one yet, but I have it here. I'm actually going to keep with the small business theme, and this one's by Cozy and Card. I picked this up off their website and I'm very excited to use it. When it's set up, I'll do another video about it if that's something that you guys want. But yeah, my weekly planning journal, I'll do more on the flip through video, which will be the next video after this next week. There's a few changes that I'm doing to the insides, but I'm still going to keep my weekly journal. The next one isn't going to change because I can't change it, and that is my Box Clever Press daily journal thing that I use for work. This is really good, and alongside, just shameless plug of my own stuff, but alongside my Let's Do today's plan, it works really well because I can write what I want to get done, my plans for getting things done, like recording this video, and I can put it on here and time scale it. So that is brilliant. So the two journals that I am a little bit unsure with, and I am going to be changing the way that I use them going forward, but I am going to try and continue with them this year, are these two. So this is my commonplace journal. It's sort of become a little bit of a scrapbook, which is supposed to be what a commonplace is for. So recently I've just been sticking things in like higgledy-piggledy, and then there is things like I've written things like this, and this is what I want my commonplace to be. However, in between it there is quite a lot of like diary entries. I think this is what I want my commonplace / my catch-all to be, just somewhere that I can journal, that doesn't have to be, I don't have to think about like what I'm putting in. It doesn't have to be things like that. But I've been really confused about how I'm using this. So going forward, I think I'm going to be just like using this as and when, and that will include like long bits of writing, or I don't know, I've seen a quote that I like, I'm just going to jot it down. Like, that is what it's supposed to be for, but I've sort of lost its place, and that is because of this journal. So this journal was supposed to be a collections journal. I have so much regret about the way that I've used this, because look how beautiful this is. This is a notebook therapy journal, and it is just beautiful. However, the way that I've used it, I feel like I've done it an injustice. So as I'm flicking through, you can see that I've set up a few trackers, and you've seen, but you can also see that I've sort of broken my own rules for this. So in the case of, I thought I was going to be, is it a year-long tracker? Will I keep up to date? Am I going to need this spread for more than one journal? Essentially, I've sort of messed up with it, and the reason that I've messed up with it is because I turned it into a diary, and that is fine. Like, I wanted to turn, like, I need a diary, but that is like what my commonplace should be for, and I don't think that this is what I should have used this for. So I am going to see how long I can get out of it. The thought was that I was going to get a couple of years out of this, a few journals, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get that far. So next year, when I do start my new journal system, I will start a proper collections journal and go through there, because there's things in here like, for instance, the Someday Maybe. I love this, but I want this to be used like regularly, and I want to go from there and use it like a lot more regularly, like, and it wants to last a few years. It's not going to be just the 1 year. So that is what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to continue using this, because I won't just like leave an empty journal. Like, there is so much left in here, and I'm going to keep writing it as a daily journal, hopefully, maybe, or like, when I say daily journal, when I feel like I have something to write out, like, it's a mental health practice that I do, but like, I shouldn't have it in here. I should have a separate book that is completely, I don't even count in my journal system, and I just write it down. So that is my journal regret. Those of you that were paying attention will have noticed that I said I've added a journal, and it is now a 6 journal system. This is my first ever B6 size journal. I absolutely love this, and I've turned this into a tarot / oracle card journal. This is something that I'm wanting to practice on my spiritual side a lot more this year, and this is something that I was going to do a card pull every single day. Obviously, I've fallen off the bandwagon, but I love this journal as a resource. Just flicking through, you can see that I've put, like, I've still got the same, like, bean method and things in there, but it's got a bit of resources for me, as well as what my pulls were on the day and how I was feeling for them. And do you know what? I really love it. I love this size journal. I wish I could utilize this size journal a lot more, because I think if it had enough pages for a day a week, a day a year, it will be perfect for me. But yeah, that is how the current system has gone, and I hope, like, halfway through the year I said it was going to be a short video anyway, but I hope that, like, this gives you some sort of journal inspiration or anything like that. The next video is going to be the flick through of this journal. I'm so excited. I have come up with some really amazing themes this year, and I genuinely, I think I've peaked. But that is journal 10 completed. But in any case, that's the end of this video, guys. Keep living that big happy adventure, stay positive, and until next time, I'll see you then. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.